Hello everyone, now let us start our next chapter, that is chapter 3, coordinate geometry of class 9. See, coordinate geometry is a geometry of locations, okay. For example, let's say this is an area. I am taking it as universe, okay. This is the whole universe. This is the whole area we have. Now something, let's say your home is situated here. Okay, now coordinate geometry will give you the exact location of your home with respect to the whole of the area we have. Okay, so how we will do that? We will assume that this is the origin, and origin means this will start with 0. Okay, 0 and 0, 0 comma 0, that is x and y is 0. I will tell you what is x and y. So first of all, this is origin, and if this is origin, then this will be x. Okay, and if this is origin, this will be y, and we know x and y are the number line. Okay, number line perpendicular to each other. So these are perpendicular to each other, and these are number line, and since these are number lines, so this is positive side and this will be negative side, and this is positive side, so this will be negative side. Understood? Since it is a number line. Now how will we find the location? We will have to find what is the value of x with respect to this one. Okay, what is the value of x here, and what will be the value of y here. Understood? So this location, we are saying x and y, in terms of x and y, this is called coordinate of this point or your house with respect to the universe. Understood? So this is called coordinate. Now one thing you should remember always, that when we write the coordinate, we always write x in the front and then we write y. Okay, so the first number, whatever number is given here, that will code for x axis, and the next number will be coding for y axis. Understood? Now in 3.1, this question number 1, the same example is given, that you are sitting in the fifth row and fifth column and third row of the class. So how will you define yourself? Okay, so your location, actually, how will you define your location? So this is how we define our location, that the column is to be taken as, the rows is to be taken as x axis, and the column is to be taken as y axis. Therefore the location will be given as 5 comma 3. Understood? 5 comma 3, because 5 will be x axis. Understood? Question number 2 is a similar kind of question. You can do it yourself. This is not important from exam point of view, but of course you should do it just to understand the concept. Okay, now this system, this axis system, is called Cartesian system. Okay, Cartesian system. Okay, and we have here x axis, y axis, positive x axis, positive y axis, negative for x and y both, origin, all these things are included in Cartesian system. Okay, now we have some spaces between the axes, and they are named as, this will be our first quadrant. Okay, and this will be our second quadrant, this will be our third quadrant, this will be our fourth quadrant. So you have to understand the direction. Okay, you have to learn the direction, that 1 2 3 4. Understood? You have to remember this direction, how we assign these quadrants. Now this quadrant, the points, the locations in this quadrant will always be a positive number. X axis will be a positive number, and y axis will also be a positive number. Okay, and this, for this one, x axis will be negative, because this is the negative part of the x axis, and y axis is positive. Understood? Similarly for this one, what will be there? Negative and negative. Understood? And this one, x axis is positive but y axis is negative. So whenever a number we come across that number is, the first number is positive and the second number is negative, then we can automatically say that it is from the fourth quadrant. We don't have to search, we don't have to plot in the graph and then we search that which quadrant. We can directly say that this is fourth quadrant, this is second quadrant, like that. Okay, and if the number is having 0 in either of the location, either of the coordinate, then it will be on the axis, not on the quadrant. Okay, that you have to remember. It will be on the axis, not on the quadrant. Okay. Also, if x coordinate is 0, then it means the point lie on the y axis, and if y coordinate is 0, then it means the point lie on the x axis. That you have to remember. You will be this will be getting clear in our first question. Let us start our first question now. That is exercise 3.2. Okay, we just have to read the statement and define what is asked in the question. So question number 1, first part, they are saying, what is the name of the horizontal and the vertical line drawn to determine the position of the of any point in Cartesian plane? Okay, so we know that the horizontal line and the vertical line, horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis. Now we have some other names also for x-axis and y-axis, and we will be using those names here. So first of all, x-axis is known as abscissa. Okay, remember the spelling here. And the y-axis is known as ordinate. Understood? Now the second part, they are asking about the name of the parts formed by these two lines. So 4 parts are made and formed, and those 4 parts are known as quadrant. Okay, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Understood? And then we have third part, that is the name of the point where these two lines intersect. So these two lines intersect at what? This is what? Origin. Okay, this is known as origin, and the coordinate of origin will be 0, 0, because it is the starting of both the lines, so it intersect at 0, 0. Understood? Now let's go to question number 2. Here we need to see the graph and give the question give the answers. Okay, so they are asking about the coordinates of point B. So what is the coordinate of point B? -5 plus 2. This plus is not required to write. I'm just showing you here. Okay, so coordinate of B is -5 plus 2. Can anyone tell me what is the quadrant of this point B? Similarly, for the next part, coordinate of C. So C is 5 minus 5, because x-axis is 5 and y-axis is -5. Simple. So -3 and -5 is for which coordinate? So it is for E coordinate. -3 and -5 is for E coordinate. Understood? Now again 2 and -4 is for which coordinate? Which point? Yes, that is for G coordinate. Okay, for G the coordinate is 2 and -4. Understood? In fifth part they are asking about the abscissa for D point. So abscissa for D point is 6. Okay, don't forget the spelling here. Abscissa for D point is 6. Understood? Again they are asking about the coordinate of point H. So what is the coordinate of point H? That is -5 and -3, right? Okay, they were asking about the ordinate of H. So it is the y-axis, that is -3. Understood? And now coordinate of L. Since L lie on the y-axis, so x will be 0 here and y will be 5. Understood? This is what I was explaining in the last part. I hope you get it now. Similarly for M, it is on the x-axis. We can see it is on the x-axis, so the y coordinate is 0 here. I hope you understood the whole concept behind the location of any point and what are they called. Okay, so this is the end of our this exercise, first exercise. I hope you have understood. And children, I want you to watch the video in serially. Okay, you can skip one chapter, it is okay, but don't skip any video inside those chapters, because many things are related in the chapter. Even some chapters are also related, so I don't want you to skip any of the video, because if you skip, then you may think that kya padha raha hai, kuch samajh mein nahi aa raha hai, because some of the things I have been discussing in the previous video and some of the things I will be discussing in the next video. So it is a sequential series, videos in series. Okay, you need to understand that part. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Okay.